Hey guys, this is Ravi Raj and welcome to the channel Tech Grievances. So today we will be talking about MSI's B450 Tomahawk MAX II, which is a new motherboard in B450 series of MSI. I know some of you might be thinking, why are we talking about the B450, that is the older series, as B550 series, a new version is already there in the market. But let me tell you, the B450 Tomahawk series is still a popular choice in market. If you need a budget-friendly gaming motherboard which also comes with the good features of overclocking, then this is one of the best choice that you can make. So let's go and check out the motherboard. One sec. If you are interested in computer related stuff or computer builds or computer component reviews, then do subscribe the channel. As we know, the B450 Tomahawk series is still a popular choice in market. That might be the reason MSI has brought the upgraded version of Tomahawk MAX motherboard. But when we actually compare the Tomahawk MAX and Tomahawk MAX II, we don't find much differences. So that is what we are going to discuss in this video. So let's go and check out the motherboard. So this is our MSI B450 Tomahawk MAX II, which is the second variant of MSI's Tomahawk MAX motherboard, which is also a part of MSI's Arsenal gaming series motherboards, so we can definitely expect a good performance when it comes to gaming. As Tomahawk MAX offers a good VRM performance as well, so we can expect the same here. At the front of the box we have MSI branding at the top, B450 chipset and the board name mentioned at the center. Top right we have Arsenal gaming sticker, as the board belongs to an Arsenal gaming series of MSI. The board is based on AM4 socket by AMD and we can see some of the features mentioned at the bottom. As it says Ryzen 3000 desktop ready, it will directly support Generation 3 AMD processors out of the box. You don't have to worry about updating a BIOS. At the back you can see some of the important features of motherboard, that is extended heatsink design on VRMs will definitely help maintaining the temperatures of VRM. We have flash BIOS button, that is single click update BIOS. We have USB 3.2 Gen 2 which comes with Type A as well as Type C port. We have audio boost which comes with the Realtek's updated version when you compare it with Tomahawk MAX older version. Then we have 4 debugger LEDs which will help you to identify the cause when you have failure. We also have Turbo M.2 slot which comes with the maximum speed of 32 Gbps. We also get some of the LED lights at the back. We have steel armor for our graphics card. So this is the motherboard that we get inside the box. Few more things that we get with it are SATA cable, the M.2 screws, I/O shield, a driver DVD, a user manual, a product registration card, and sorry I didn't mention two more things that are quick installation guide and a case patch. As I said, there are two main differences in the motherboard. The first is the audio improvement which comes with Realtek's updated chipset, that is ALC897, which is a 7.1 HD audio channel. If you want a good audio output, then this is the motherboard that you can buy. You will find the same chipset in B550 series motherboards as well. Then the second difference we have is in HDMI version, which really matters as this is a gaming series motherboard. The Tomahawk MAX II comes with the upgraded HDMI version, that is HDMI 2.1, which supports 4K resolution at 60Hz. If you compare it with the older version, which supports the same resolution at 30Hz. So this will be useful if you are using an APU. If you are using a CPU, you will definitely have a graphics card and you will not connect your monitor to this particular HDMI board. You will definitely connect it to the graphics card that you have. So this is a processor socket that is AM4 socket which supports AMD's first, second and third generation processors. At the top we have heatsink with Arsenal gaming sticker on it. At the left we have VRMs that control the voltage of all the components on the board, which is also protected with a good amount of heatsink. That means it will maintain the temperature of our VRMs. If you want to overclock your CPU, you need to have good VRMs. At the right we have 4 RAM slots which supports 128 GBs of memory with the speed of 4133 MHz. As AMD processors perform really well with dual channel memory, it is always recommended that you use dual channel if you are using 2 RAM sticks. To use dual channel, you will have to plug it into A2 and B2 slot. If you are using single stick, it is always recommended that you use it in A2 slot. At the top of the board we have 4-pin RGB header, a CPU fan header, a decent amount of heatsink and the 8-pin power connector which supplies power to our processor. Coming to the right side of the board, the first connector we have is pump fan header, then we have system fan header, the 4 debugger LEDs which will help you to identify the cause if you have failure due to CPU, RAM, graphics card or there is a failure due to bootable drive. We have 24-pin ATX board connector. After that we have system fan header again. We have total 6 SATA ports on the board. If you see the right side, we have 4 SATA ports which support speed up to 6 Gbps. If you are connecting M.2 drive, then your 6th and 5th SATA port will be disabled. At the top, this is B450 chipset which is protected with the heatsink with MSI logo print on it. Just below the processor socket we have PCIe 3x4 lane M.2 slot where we can install M.2 SSD or a NVMe drive which supports the maximum speed of up to 32 Gbps. Then we have PCIe 3x16 slot where goes our graphics card. As it is protected with the steel armor, we can install a high-end heavy graphics card in this slot. We also have one PCIe 2x16 slot and 3 PCIe 2x1 slots. If you are installing a graphics card, it is always recommended that you install it into PCIe 3x16 slot. At the bottom of the board from left side, we have audio connector, a RGB header, system fan connector, a serial port connector, then we have front panel connectors, then we have 2 USB 2.0 connector, one USB 3.2 Gen 1 connector where you can connect your USB port, front panel USB ports directly to the board. We also get 2 SATA ports at the right side where you can connect the hard drive or SSD. At the back panel, the first button we have is flash BIOS button, which is really good feature of MSI boards where you get to update the BIOS without installing CPU, RAM or graphics card. Coming to the IO ports, we have 2 USB 2.0 type A port, one PS2 port, one DVI-D port, 2 USB 3.2 Gen 1 port which are just above the HDMI port. If you compare the HDMI version of Tomahawk Max and Tomahawk Max II, the Tomahawk Max II comes with a higher version which is at HDMI 2.1 port supporting the maximum resolution of 4096 x 2160 at 60 Hz. Of course, you will use the port only if you are using an APU. If you are using a CPU, you will definitely have a graphics card. Coming to the next port, we have Lan Port. Just below that, we have USB 3.2 Gen 2 Type A port. We also have USB 3.2 Gen 2 Type C port. Then we have 7.1 high definition audio channels. So if you're building a gaming PC with Ryzen 3, 5 and 7, then you can definitely consider this particular motherboard for your next build. If you ask me personally, I would suggest this board for Ryzen 3 and 5 at max 7. It would be better if you use X570 or B550 series motherboards with Ryzen 7 and 9. So that's it with B450 Tomahawk MAX II. If you like the video, do click like button. Thank you. Bye.